Now, why Instagram, right? Why not Facebook? Why not LinkedIn? Why not Pinterest? Now, I am in all those places, but hands down, my favorite place is Instagram. And this is why. Facebook is such a competitive space. Everybody has a network marketing gig. Everybody's posting about their network marketing thing. How many messages did you get just yesterday from another network marketer, right? Well, on Instagram, number one, it's the fastest growing social media platform in the world, fastest growing. They've passed over 1 billion users, but marketers haven't made their way over there. There's a very, very small percentage. It's like a third of the amount of marketers on Instagram versus Facebook. So it's still an untapped market. Specifically, if you want to build the way that I build, where you're building relationships, you're making connections, you're educating, inspiring, right? If you're doing it that way, you're going to be so different that people are going to go, who is this girl? I'm loving what I'm seeing. I love how she's engaging with me, and I want to get to know her better. That's the goal, okay? Now you can go in and do cold messages if you've got that down. You can absolutely do that. You will stand out from other people because most people are just spamming. They're like, hey, here's my website. Nice to meet you. Hey, you want to get my freebie? And here's my email, or opt into my email list. It's impersonal. People are just copy paste, or using some automation, okay? So Instagram is an untapped market. Endless leads, y'all, like endless leads. You only can friend so many people a day on Facebook. You're capped off at 5,000 friends on Facebook. There's no limit on Instagram. You could literally work on your Instagram business every single day and grow those connections, which I'm going to show you my 3 favorite places right now. And out of everything that I've done to build up my personal brand and my influence so quickly, Instagram is the #1 way I've built up my authority and my credibility and my influence. So if it's on your heart where you're like, I want a tribe, I want an audience, I want followers, I want to be able to inspire people, you know, I want to be able to share content that makes a difference in people's lives, the #1 way I've done that is through Instagram. People will look at your Instagram account to see what it looks like before they decide to coach with you. They're going to look at your Instagram page before they decide to interview you on Facebook. I'm doing a guest training right after this. She found me on Instagram. Okay, so that's how it works. Affiliate marketing, all the different things that are available to you as an entrepreneur, Instagram is where it's at, believe me. Okay, so let's get into it. My 3 favorite ways to set your prospecting on fire, okay? Let's light it up. Let's get excited. If you go about it this way, it's passionate prospecting, you guys. I love going on Instagram. I love it. I know what it feels like to not love it. So I want to help you really just start attacking it and looking at it totally different. Okay. So the first way, we're going to start off with polishing up your profile. Now, if we go through this and you're like, whoa, 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 Kimberly, this is a lot of information. I built out an entire course that I take you through everything step by step because I do talk fast. I'm aware. The webinar right now is probably a half-day conference that we're going to cram into 30, 45 minutes together. So if you're going through this and you're like, this is a lot, and you need things broken down a little bit, you're more visual, don't worry. I have something for you that's going to help you as well, okay? But this here will get you started. So polish up your profile. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at a couple things together, okay? What we want to do is we want to make sure we've got a nice profile picture of just your face. Now, if you've got something maybe, you know, mid up, like upper body, that's probably fine too, but I don't want to see anything too small. So let me show you what this looks like. Okay, hold on, it says suggestion for you. Okay, so this right here, let me show you some examples. Now, this is Rob Sperry's, Janae's, Rob Sperry's wife. She's got a headshot here. It's Janae Sperry. She can do whatever she wants. But if it were you, I would want to see a headshot of just you. This is why. I want to brand you. I don't want to brand you and your husband. Okay, so if you've got your family, you've got your husband, your boyfriend, whatever, super cute, that can be on your page, but I don't want it as your profile picture. Your profile picture is you branding yourself. It's kind of like your logo. The other thing is 99% of Instagram users are mobile. So let's just look at how small that is. Okay, I don't know if this is the biggest phone or whatever. It's a 10X. I think it's the biggest one. So some people have even a smaller phone, right? Look at how small those little pictures are. So right now, if I'm looking at this girl here, it's a mirror image of her. I can't see her face. I don't know what she looks like. Why is that important? Well, if that girl, well, we'll look at one together on the screen so you can look at, even Heather here, she's got, and by the way, if I mention your name, this is a private webinar. This is very, very picky. I don't I don't BS. So if I see something, I'm gonna tell you what I think, okay? So no harm, no ill will towards any of these accounts, but this is my professional advice. So what we wanna think about here is Heather has sunglasses on. Now, if Heather changes her profile picture, I'm not going to recognize her. So let's say Heather and I are, Heather's commented, so Heather's prospecting me. Heather's commented on my post. I'm starting to get to know Heather. Heather, I see Heather views my stories. We interact with each other. Heather messages me, hey, Kimberly, you know, I saw that you also are a mom. Love to connect. Tell me a bit more. And then a month later, Heather changes her picture to something like this one, where it's more of a profile picture. I can see her face. I'm not going to recognize it's Heather. So that whole learning curve and no like and trust factor gets set back a bit because I don't recognize Heather, okay? So I just want a headshot. It does not have to be professional. Mine, I took it over there in my office on my couch, and I took about 20 of them to get one where I like the smile. The lighting, I use different apps, so I'll share some of my apps with you. I like VSCO, VSCO for filters. I personally have a preset. It's called Lightroom CC, where someone custom made a preset for me because I want a consistent look across my page, which I'll show you in a second. Beauty Plus, Facetune 2, those are all apps that can help you kind of lighten up your face, make you look fabulous. It's not to have false advertising here for your profile picture. It's because you want to have the best version of you. This is your storefront. So if you're a boutique on Main Street, people are walking along, this is what they see first. When I follow them, that's what they see is my picture, okay? You've got to have a good picture there, okay? Second thing we want to do, really pop your profile, is we want to work on this section here. My name is listed right here, okay? I also have a hashtag thrown in there for a little extra pull there, but this is the thing. My brand is the Goal Digger Girl. The Goal Digger Girl is easy. It's my business page on Facebook. It's my username on Instagram. It's everywhere. Okay, so for me, the Goal Digger Girl, it's easy for people to find me. If you type in Kimberly Olson, it also comes up as well. So you want to make sure that this highlighted word here is not the name of your company. Okay, do not put the name of your company in there. If you're in network marketing, you want to brand yourself. You don't want to brand your company because you never know. You might switch companies. They could go out of business tomorrow. And it's actually against Facebook and Instagram's rules. They don't want a company name in there. So change it, okay? If you're like, I don't have a brand like you, brand yourself for now, okay? Big names, they brand themselves anyway. You can tell I've been talking a lot. I teach all day long because it's my jam. Okay, so bear with me on my voice. So the Goal Digger Girl, that's what we're looking for, or your name, okay? Now, right here, now this is actually the fonts. These little dashes are lined up correctly on my cell phone. They just have a little editing issue on a desktop, but no one looks on desktop, so it doesn't matter. FYI, you want them to line up. But I like the emojis. I'll show you some different accounts in a second. But I like the emojis and I like a line. You don't have to do an emoji if you don't like how it looks. It's just fun. It gives some people something dynamic to look at. But what we want to do here, you're limited on characters. I've maxed out on all the characters. You want to put some descriptive words here that describe who you are so people get to know a little bit more about you, okay? I'm a best-selling author. That's important because I'm an influencer, right? I'm educating people. If people want to learn from me and they're checking out my courses or coaching with me, they're gonna want to know I know my stuff, right? So I'm gonna put that on there. Most of you aren't a best-selling author, but you might be a mompreneur. You might be, you might have reached a leadership rank with your company. If you're gonna put that like triple black diamond or whatever, don't put the company of your name, okay? So you could put top leader, top network marketing leader, right? Or you could put network marketing rock star, network marketing influencer, beauty influencer, brand influencer, health and wellness influencer, yoga enthusiast, laptop lifestyle, world traveler. You could put 5 million things in there. That what we want to do is we want to showcase a few attributes about you where people come to your page, they see a nice profile picture of you smiling. If I come see any of your accounts and you're not smiling, I'm going to come find you unless you've got like a really sassy brand and it's part of it. But I want to see a smile. I see too many people that are not smiling. Nice smiling picture. Then they check you out and they're like, oh, cool. This person is A, B, and C. I will follow them back. Okay. Or maybe I will follow them. Ooh, I like their posts. What are they all about? Ooh, I like their profile. Okay. So this is prime real estate. I cannot stress that enough. Okay. Now you get one link on your bio right here. Okay, you get one link on all of Instagrams. Do you know that? You can't post links anywhere. I have the swipe up feature in my stories. So once you get over 10,000 followers, you can swipe up and put a link in there and take people right to a link, which is the best thing ever. So make it your goal to get to 10,000 followers first. Best thing. Just did a Facebook Live, swipe, it's amazing. But until then, you get one spot for a URL. Okay, I'll give you some more ideas on that later, but I have this webinar on here. I've got a DMO domination Trello workshop I'm doing tonight. My most famous thing I have is my free social media blueprint, and you all can go check it out. If any of you want it, go to my page, it's free. It's literally what I did step by step with attraction marketing, all the stuff, okay? Curiosity posts galore. So if we go through this and you're like, ooh, I want more, then go grab that, okay? But what happens is it gets people into my world. This right here alone has been clicked like over 4,000 times, and I've only had it up for however long, not that long. And so it's huge. People click it all the time, okay? You don't have to use Linktree. What you can do is you can actually go over here. Hello, I'm just trying to, okay, there we go. This right here could say, join my VIP group, and you have your Facebook group. It could be follow me on Facebook, check out my YouTube videos, here are my trainings, connect with me, whatever. So I have a freebie to offer and some other things, but you don't have to do that. Okay, the last thing we wanna look at is going to be your, let me just check my list, your profile picture, your bio, your call to action. The call to action is, right here is my social media blueprint with the finger down is a call to action. I'm telling them to go grab that is basically what I'm doing, okay? And then the last thing is your highlights. So to polish up your profile, the last thing you wanna do is your highlights. Now, the highlights aren't showing on here for some reason. Let me look at Kathy's because we're gonna look at her page in a minute. Anyway, I don't know why mine aren't showing up, but they are on there. Okay, this is your highlights right here. So if you don't know how to do your highlights, I have a class on that, so we'll talk about that later. Okay, so you need your highlights set up though. So if you don't have your highlights set up, you need them set up. It is another space for people to check you out. Now, I don't know about you, but it makes me pretty sad that my stories go away after 24 hours. You spend all that time making them awesome, great content, poof, gone, right? Well, that's not true. You can archive all of them in your highlights, okay? So my highlights have my kids, favorite quotes, testimonials from people. I'm in the health and wellness space. I'm a brand influencer for a health and wellness company. I have PhDs in natural health and holistic nutrition. So I have a whole tab on health and wellness, right? Maybe it's, oh, I love these essential oils. Oh, I love this supplement. Oh, look at me running, right? Whatever. So you can archive all of those. So when people click it, we get to check out what she's got going on. Look at it, isn't this awesome? So she can save all of these things of places she's traveled. So if you're checking out Kathy's profile, you're like, oh, wow, she gets to go do a lot of stuff. I haven't traveled since 1985. Maybe I should go see how she's doing all this stuff. She seems pretty cool. So you're going to appeal to people based on these different buckets. So it's a way to take this and flesh it out and bring it to life. How amazing is that? Plus all that work you do in your stories, you get to archive them. And so people can just roll through. Your goal, write this down. Your goal is to get people to spend as much time as possible on your profile. You want them scrolling. You want them reading. You want them binge watching your stories, especially your highlights, because you can go back forever. You could go back to the beginning of when you had your account set up, okay? So set your highlights up. If you don't know how to do that, I'll help you with that, like I said. Okay, so you're polishing up your profile and it is popping. Now we're gonna pop that content. We're gonna create content that pops. We wanna create engagement, okay? First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna check your grid, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to your page and we're looking at the grid. The grid is the last 9 posts that you had, okay? So for me, what I'm looking for, I do look at this. I'm actually gonna implement something, you'll see this depending on when you watch this. You're gonna see like some changes. I'm gonna change it up a little bit. But I've had this format for a long time where it's picture, quote, picture, quote, okay? I throw in IGTV, which is a whole nother training, video. Check this out. I've got a 10-minute video. If I can get somebody to come in here and watch a 10-minute video, they're hooked. They're loving it. They're like, oh my word, I love what she's saying. She's personable. Now I put a little border around it so people know that that's a video, but it's got the little IGTV in the corner. How amazing is that that's available now? That wasn't there before. But what the grid is the last 9 posts, okay? When people come on their phone to Instagram, so we'll check out Blair Critch here. Okay, the grid is the last 9 photos. So when people come to your page, they're gonna see your little description at the top, okay? And then they're gonna, the most recent 9 is your grid, okay, the grid. Periodically, I want you to check your grid. This could be your homework for today. Be honest with yourself. If someone came to your page, does the grid showcase who you are? Is it aesthetically pleasing? Put a star. It's Instagram, the gram. It's photos, it's images. Now, people want real. That's what's so powerful about stories. They want to see you without makeup. They want to see that sweaty selfie. They want to see, what do you really eat, right? Oh, what did your kids do that was really cute? They want to see the real deal. But this page, your profile, and your grid is your best stuff, your best photos from Facebook, your best stuff, never off the cuff. You're out, you know, at a football game, don't take a picture and post it on Instagram. This should always be thought out with something written to go with it, okay? So look at your grid. Now for me, I'm a mompreneur. I'm always talking about my kids. I'm always talking about inspirational things, educating, teaching people how to grow their businesses on social media and just be awesome. So I've got the educational piece here with the video about working on your business instead of in your business. I've got quotes. I've got pictures of my kids, family, pictures of me. There's a story behind it, right? Which we'll go through in a second. You will think that you are being glamour shots and you're not, okay? 80% of your photos need to be you. Now, I have 80% of the photos on here of me, but I have quotes mixed in there as well. So I balance it out. 80% though, when there's an image, it needs to mostly be you. Why? People come to my page to check me out. They don't come to my page to see everyone on my team. So now, when someone hits a rank or an auto bonus, whatever, I'm gonna showcase them on my page or something amazing. But most of the time it's gonna be me, okay? So that is really, really important that you start to understand you want your best stuff and you also want it to look good and you want it to be about you. Now, engaging. We want our content to be engaging. Now, this right here, I want you guys to look at these numbers. 88 people liked it, just not a huge number. 25 commented. 25 people commented. That is a huge conversion. I don't want people just liking my stuff. You know, when you see people have 3,000 likes and 3 comments, that doesn't get me anywhere. That's nice that they liked it and that whatever tools I've used have pushed it out in front of the like exchange, which is it's an automation thing you can do, and I don't do that, but you can. What I want is people to interact, right? So what you want to do is something called a call to action, okay? We just touched on that with your bio, but what we want to do is I never want to see you just posting a picture of yourself, glamour shots, feeling good, woo. No, we want to know why I posted that picture. I could talk about how healthy I feel. I could talk about how I've worked on my mindset and I've rebuilt who I am as a human. I could talk about how good it feels to work from home and be living the life of my dreams that I've been imagining in my head forever. But this one I chose to talk about a guest training. I invited Coach Fryer to train up my audience. And we did a webinar together and it was amazing. Amazing. The guy is a stud. So what I did is I put this picture on here because it was, I knew people would stop because it's a picture of me. Headshot pictures get great engagement. And I knew they'd at least look and read it. So I have a special invitation. People are like, ooh, what's that? I want a special invitation. I tagged Coach Fryer. So therefore he sees it. There's a chance he's going to repost it on his page or throw it in his stories. And then we're going to talk about stories. Imagine that, me talking about stories. Let me know if you want in. That's the call to action. Okay. So for you, it could be feeling so grateful today because I woke up today and I was able to put my feet on the floor. I have a roof over my head. I have food to eat and I have a family that loves me. I have little children that I got off on the bus today, little messes to clean up. I'm feeling so grateful to call myself a mom and celebrating, you know, all the seasons of motherhood and the special stage with my little ones. What was your favorite stage, or what's your favorite stage as a mom for your kiddos? Now this is neat because my audience is moms, that's my target audience, but I have a lot of moms that are empty nesters, but they always love sharing with me about what stages they love. So my kids, they're 3 and 5 right now. It's a fun stage because we're not in diapers anymore and all that stuff, but it's a lot. We're busy, right? And there's a lot of like emotions and things that go on, but I've got this whole swoop in sisterhood of moms that always pour into me. They're like, you got it, you're fine. I remember that stage, it was my favorite, just enjoyed it, goes so fast. So I'm bringing them into my world. I'm letting them participate in the conversation. And I genuinely want to know, like, what was your favorite stage? Oh my gosh, it's overwhelming how many people say they love the stage right now. Now I'm in it and I haven't slept in several nights because my little one's sick. You forget that, right, when you're in it. So let people be a part of the conversation. Let them into your world. So you can talk about the struggles. You can talk about how you lost your temper. You can talk about how you swear sometimes. And you can say, but you know what? I'm showing up every day. I'm giving 110%. I care and I'm trying to be the best mom I can be. What about you, right? Ask a question, turn it on them. So if you look at, even with a quote, I write about it. You guys see how long that is? I'm writing. Why do I wake up with determination, go to bed with satisfaction? Because I believe it's about making that progress, right? And so I talk about, what this means to me. So see, another call to action. What's something you've been saying you're going to do that would really make a difference? Go do it, right? So that's how you create that engagement with your content. Super important to do that. I could talk about this all day long. Have a social media plan. If you don't have a plan, y'all, I love you, but it's going to be stressful, okay? You need to have a plan. What type of content are you posting? So I like to do 3 buckets on Instagram. I like to do stuff about me. I like to do stuff about the health and wellness space. Me means my whole life, mompreneur, my kids, myself, all that. I like to do health and wellness stuff. You'll see a lot of that in my stories. And I also like to do stuff as an entrepreneur. I like to showcase what does that look like, right? So you need to figure out what are your buckets, what are your area of content, who is your target market, who's your customer avatar, and also have some way to plan it out, okay? There's tools that I use that I love. So you have to have a social media plan, okay? So that's really important. So figure out what your buckets are gonna be. Look at my account, look at some other accounts to give some examples. I also wanna show you a couple other accounts really quick, because I want to give you some other people to follow. Go follow these people so you can start to see what this plays out to. What does this look like? Kathy Cavanis is my go-to person. I just consulted with her last night and said, hey, I'm thinking about doing this on my grid. What do you think? She's my person, okay? So she's the Instagram chick for a reason. Her photography, you guys, she's taken almost all these pictures or have her teenage kids take them. She doesn't have a professional photographer following her around. She doesn't have a stylist. This is all done by her, okay? Look at how beautiful her photos are. The colors. So what a preset is, what we talked about, is you have a consistent look across she's got this kind of rose gold, pinkish, pretty color. See that? She's chosen to have that pink pop throughout the images, her earrings, her toenails. I mean, she gets it, okay? She's the goal here, so don't be intimidated by Kathy. I use her for inspiration. I love her stuff because she puts real stuff in there. She's honest. She's fun. She's a mom. She's got 4 kids. She's a sports mom. She's always going off to different sports. She's an entrepreneur. I mean, I could go on and on. So she's a good person for you to follow. I also like Rob Sperry, The Game of Networking. What I like about his is his buckets are set up. So he's got inspirational stuff with his quotes. He's got his family, and then he's got his entrepreneur life. He's a speaker, trainer, educator. So he's doing a mastermind here. So if you look, he's got his family mixed in. You can see that he does a lot of events. He's traveling. So I like how he's got the different buckets, and I like how the quotes line up. Doesn't that look neat? I really like that. I think that looks really good. And one more I wanted to give you just for kind of branding and just to see visually. Now, Edith, she's a good friend of mine. She actually helps me with all my Facebook ad training. She's done some guest trainings for you guys if you've been following me for a while. She is a social media strategist. So if you really are like, I need some help with my content, she can really help you out with that. But I love how beautiful everything looks. So she's branded herself. Everything looks very just aesthetically pleasing. So she would be another one to follow. I really like how her stuff, she has had a ton of professional photos done. I think it was worth every dollar. So if you can afford to do something like that, have some photos taken and plan those out, and you'll be well on your way. So I wanted to show that to you so you guys could have some other examples of what to look at. And then share stories that sizzle. Okay, stories is it. Stories is it. If you're like, I need more people to talk to, I need some leads, stories is where it is at, times 1,000. Stories are viewed more than anything else on Instagram. Stories are dynamic. Stories can create engagement. There's different features you can use. I mean, I could go on and on and on. So you want to create curiosity with your stories. You want to build relationships, be dynamic, and be consistent, okay? So you can't do stories one day and then skip a day. You'll lose people. It's just like a TV episode. You can't just stop, okay? So every single day you need to show up in your stories. Raise your hand. Kimberly, I solemnly swear to show up in my stories every day, I promise. Now, how many stories? I have an opinion on that, so stay till the end. I'll go over something that I have that's going to help you get more structure around your stories. I see people solemnly swearing. I love that. Thank you. Now, creating curiosity. This is what I want you to remember. People buy from those they know, like, and trust, but they also don't buy from salespeople. So if you're selling, you're like, oh my word, look at this new lipstick, and you've got the picture of it. Ooh, this new skincare just came out and it's strawberry sensation, and you've got the brand up. Or you're like, oh, I love this shampoo, and you're saying the brand, you're saying the name, you're saying buy it from me, buy 3 get 1 free. We've got an enrollment deal. Join my team. I'm amazing. That's all salesy. That's all selling, and you don't want to do that. Okay, you just don't. Your upline, it might have worked for them back in 5 years ago, but it doesn't work anymore. I can tell you right now. If it's working for them, they have an amazing network, and I'm so happy for them. But for the average person, it doesn't work. But also, it's not duplicatable. The things that you do, you want to be able to turn around and teach your team. I hope you take notes, and I hope you create a training right now for your team. If you've got a team under you, I would love for you to turn around and teach this to them, okay, so they can stop spamming. We want to elevate the industry here, right? Okay, so we want to create some curiosity with our content, and we want to be able to, we want to be able to get people to engage with us. That's our goal. So I just realized it's probably not going to let me show you my stories. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them up really quick. I'm going to stop the share and check the comments really quick so I can grab this for you guys. Everyone is so excited to crush Instagram. I love it. Okay, in the comments, I want you to share with me. Let me know if you are, how often you are posting on your stories in the comments. I want to know that. I also want to know, okay, I've got it pulled up. Yay. I also want to know how often you're posting and if you're feeling inspired. If you're like, yes, I'm totally, like, I'm rocking it. I'm totally getting it. It's amazing, Kimberly. That's what I want to know. Every day in your stories, you swear to show up in your stories. Shit, I love it. Inspired every day, 3 to 4 times. Okay, awesome. Okay, so it looks like you all are trying to, which I think is great. Okay, so let me pop back in here so we can look at some stories together. I really wish I could show you mine, but I have some on Facebook too that I can show you actually. I don't know why Instagram is not wanting to show it to me, but it is what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys some curiosity posts or some dynamic ways to create a story. So this is what I want you to think about. When you think about a story, I want you to think about when you have that little 5-page picture book. So right now we are reading Spooky Pookie. It's, Elise loves this book. The reason why she loves the book is because she can read it to me. She knows enough with the pictures and has heard it that she gets to read it to me, and she loves it. It's really cute because at the end she's like, boo, and she just loves it. Okay, awesome. There's at least, what, 5 pages in that picture book? When you think of stories, you don't want it to be all this independent stuff where it's like, gold digger, drinking my water. And then you're like, oh my word, pen that you can erase. And this is really a real thing, by the way. There's an eraser. One of my coaching clients turned me on to this. Yeah, type A, all the type A people out there, got something for you. Okay, you don't want everything to be independent. You don't want it to just be random. You want to tell a story. So how do you tell a story? Well, this one right here, now, of course, I'm showing this to you for curiosity. So there's 2 purposes of why I'm showing these to you. But how could I build a story out with this? Well, what I could do is first have a picture of Terry Carey and say, I met Terry Carey, and I could do a little video voice memo would probably be easier. Hey, I'm so excited to celebrate with you and share with you that my girl Terry Carey, met her back. She was one of my gold diggers, always showed up in every single class, did all the homework. She's got 5 daughters. She's amazing person, been an entrepreneur, a salon owner for decades. And she just earned her car bonus in her 3rd full month with the company. I'm so excited to celebrate. Check out her reels. And then the next slide could be this one, showing her, tagging her in it. She's so excited. I could even have the images separately so you can see the different shots. So that's how you would build out the story, okay? That's how you can actually talk a little bit more versus just that one image, okay? Now, I think, okay, so what I did here is instead of just saying, hey, I'm doing a live tonight at 8 o'clock, I built a story out with several images. So I posted the same image, but at the top it says mark your calendars. So it said Warboard training at 8 p.m. Central over at the Goal Digger Girl. And then it said mark your calendar. So you could take the same image and post it over and over again, but build a story with the font at the top. Okay, so same thing here. I had winners will be announced in Rockin' the Fab Life. Congratulations to our 5-day fit challenge winners. So I could have, you know, you can flesh that out, but people are like, oh, well, what's that? I want to get in that group. That's a group that I have on Facebook where we do challenges. Well, people see this in my stories. What are they going to do? They're going to want to go check it out, right? Now, this is a little hack. Here's a smoothie. Everybody freaking loves smoothies, right? Tropical green smoothie. Get the recipe and Rockin' the Fab Life. I'm not giving them the recipe. I'm going to make them go get it in my Facebook group. It totally works. Now, I have the swipe up feature so they can click it, but you could put message me and I'll get you the link, or search Rockin' the Fab Life on Facebook and request access. Tell them what to do to get the smoothie recipe and you will get people in there. Let's say you get 10 people from a story. You get 10 people in a group from a story. Is it worth it? Heck yeah, even if you got one person, it's one person you wouldn't have had before, okay? The other thing you could do is you could have a picture of the smoothie, and then the next page could have the ingredients, and then the next story could have the recipe. And then you could have a finished product, something like that. Use a GIF. I was on the elliptical and I did a boomerang, but I just threw a GIF in there. You can't see it because it's static. Lunch is served. This is all health and wellness stuff because that is the niche that I'm in. Oh, we have CBD coming. Okay, so this is a way to create curiosity and get people to engage with you is the pull feature. There's 3 features in your stories. Now, I have a whole training on stories, lots of trainings on stories. It's very visual, so I would need to screen share with you on my cell phone, and it's out of the scope of this time together, but I'll give you a snippet. There's polls, questions, and quizzes, and you can use all of those to get people to vote, get people to answer your question, get people to choose the choices from your quiz. When they do, when you swipe up within 24 hours, it tells you who answered and what they said. So you could put, got any weight to lose? How many pounds? And then people are like 5, 10, 15. I don't want to lose any, but I want to tone up, whatever, right? Amazing. So want to know how I went from a pot of coffee a day to this cup of decaf? Do you know how many people want to quit the coffee? They know it's not good for them, or they just don't like to drink that much. That's what's so nice about all the coffee, health and wellness coffee companies out there, because there's antioxidants in your stuff. There's properties for natural energy, weight loss. That's amazing, right? But a typical pot of coffee, people don't want to drink that, right? I had 249 people view that. All of them, I could say, hey, and this is how easy it is. Hey, I saw you viewed my story on drinking a lot of coffee. What about you? Are you a coffee lover? Oh yeah, I drink a little bit too much coffee. I just can't make it through the day. I'm so tired. Oh girl, I was like that too. I was drinking so much. I actually found something that really helped me to stop taking naps in the afternoon and swinging through Starbucks. True story. On the way to picking up my kids, I'd love to tell you more about it. Let me know if I can get you some info. And if she's like, yeah, I want to quit the coffee. Yeah, I want more energy. Yeah, I don't want to do mom naps. She's my girl. She's a prospect. Let's chat about it. And I get people every single day in my inbox like that, every day, because I'm intentional with my stories and I sprinkle that stuff in, okay? It's not every single post. One a day, I do something like that. Want to drop a dress? 125 people viewed this. I'm talking all those people. Hey, saw you viewed my story about dropping a dress size. I'm so excited. I lost that last 10 pounds and I'm celebrating. Want to tell everybody about it. Let's chat, right? Same thing about coffee. This was my first curiosity post about what I switched to have energy. I got all that stuff done in 1 week and people were like, what are you doing? You are always energetic. It could be 12 a.m. and we see you in stories talking and pumped about life. How are you having all this energy? And I share that all in there, okay? So you can see, you guys can go check out my stories to get more info. If you go to my page right now, or when you get a chance, the Goal Digger Girl, you'll see my highlights on your phone. The first one, it has a picture of me with glasses. Those are all my dynamic curiosity posts, or not dynamic curiosity posts, dynamic stories, so you can see all the bells and whistles. Because I want to teach you, how can you make it where it's more engaging, right? Like I put this backdrop on here. How can you make it where there's more going on, where people are like, ooh, I want to see what that is. What has she got going on? Okay. Not just a picture of you, right? We want to make it a little bit more dynamic. Okay. So we could go on and on and on and on, and on with that. And for time's sake, we are not going to go on and on and on. So build relationships. Hey, I saw you viewed my story. Be dynamic, right? Use the bells and whistles. Use a GIF is huge. You can put frames around your videos. You could scoot your videos, move them around. You can do all kinds of stuff. Jazz them up, right? Make them where people go, ooh, okay. I use video tutorials or video apps to make them look better. I mean, there's so many things you could do, but be consistent, okay? That's huge. I can't stress that enough, okay? If this is helping, let me know in the chat. I wanna know what you've gotten from this so far. Now, we don't have a choice on whether we do social media. The question is how well we do it. Is that not true? So you all are on here because you want to build on social media. To date, I have built a really, really big team all on social media. I never do in-person events. I've never done an in-home party. I don't travel anywhere. The only place I travel to is places like Rachel Hollis conferences to fill up my cup and learn. And I do, mastermind and stuff like that with my team and all that good stuff. Or I go on vacation with my family. That's when I travel. I've been gone, let's see, I've done 8 work trips this year, and I've done 5 family vacations this year. None of it had to do with recruiting and building my team. So if you want to learn from me, that's what I've done. So here's what you get. I've created something called Crushing It on Instagram. I've found in the past that people need hands-on, step-by-step. They need it broken down. So I have a course there's 21 modules, but they're all bite-sized. The videos are from 10, no more than 20 minutes at a time. So it's a chance where, okay, I'm gonna pull up my Instagram course and I'm gonna tackle this one thing today. Don't try to learn Instagram overnight, you guys, or you won't make it. You're gonna be overwhelmed and wanna quit. I want you to have success. So for me, my style is short, to the point, action-based, and stuff you can implement right away. LIT, learn, implement, take action, okay? So here's what you get with the course. There are 21 modules, but these are some of the features on it, and it's bite-sized, step-by-step. You can work at your own pace. Module 1, building your foundations. Module 2, so obviously you need the foundations of Instagram. Module 2 is prospecting and recruiting. Could you imagine knowing exactly what I say to people? What do you do if they don't respond? How do you follow up? All that stuff. Module 3 is hashtags. I am commonly ranked up as the #1 post for a hashtag. So if you search hashtag mompreneur or whatever, I'm commonly the one that comes up first because I know how to pick my hashtags. So I'm going to teach you that. Module 4 is Insta Success with Stories. Module 4 has multiple videos because I'm going to show you how to create your videos, how to use apps to make your videos dynamic and pop and move and all the things that you see with my stories. Module 5 is becoming an influencer. I'm going to teach you how I stepped into the influencer space. I have hit 14 streams of income. Yeah, 14. It's crazy. And I'll teach you how I did that. So here's from a girl that said, it feels so good. I've done so many trainings, and this is the first time I feel like I have a clear plan and I'm moving in a direction I've wanted to go in for such a long time. And we're only on week 2. This is when I taught this live. We did it step by step together as a group. And she, by week 2, was feeling clarity and having a plan. Here's a bonus for you. This is what my highlights really look like. I have them branded. I'll teach you how to do this for free. You don't have to pay someone to do it. You can do it yourself. One of the bonuses I have in the course is my Instagram highlights class. So I'm going to show you how to build out your highlights. How do you get those cute little graphics and make sure it matches your colors. Here's what you're, so that right there added, it's $582 value with that bonus in there. Another bonus I have is a lead magnet cheat sheet. So with the call to action, I said, okay, go ahead and fill this social media blueprint out, grab their name and email. Now they're on my email list. How do you come up with lead magnets that get people to exchange information? I will teach you how to do all of that in the bonus. So $679 value. And then this is another, Charlotte said Kim's training is top notch. For that reason, I've signed up for every single thing that she offers. Not only is she full of knowledge, but she also conveys the material in such a way that makes it so easy to learn. She's organized and thorough, which, thank you, Charlotte, I appreciate that. But I do want that for you. I want this to be systematic, step by step. Another bonus is how to structure your stories like a rock star. Who would know what to post every day? There are 8 things to post a day. Inspire to action, create curiosity, engage with your followers, blah, blah, blah. All of that is in the course, and as a bonus. It's $816 if you add that to it. And there's more bonuses in there. So there's 21 modules, and there are a dozen bonuses to help you totally crush it on Instagram. It's an all-inclusive, up-to-date. If you don't know, in the June of 2019, Instagram did an overhaul. They blocked accounts. People went in jail, Instagram jail. All third-party tools were getting flagged. Accounts were getting turned off. They don't want people doing certain things anymore. They want everything to be very organic. So there's been a lot of changes. So I had to wait through that and work through that and learn through it. So everything that you see in the course is current and up to date. So what's the investment for this? So it should be $1,000. And it is normally, it'll be listed at $237 ongoing, but for you right now, you can get it for $137, or you can do a payment plan of $49 a month. When you do the payment plan, you get instant access. You will make your money back by the time the second payment comes. There's no way I have a money back guarantee on it. There's no way. If you get one customer from it, you've made your money back, right? So the investment is only $137 for the whole course, or $49 a month. With it, you get lifetime access. You get to work at your own pace. Your rate never increases, and believe me, this will go up. There's no time commitment. So if you've ever done like a 30-day course and you're like, I signed up for a 30-day challenge and I didn't get through the first week and I completely quit the challenge because I felt like I didn't have enough time, you know? There are no time commitments. I update periodically. If there's something new that rolls out with Instagram, you will be the first to get the update. It'll automatically be added to your back office. Everything you need to crush Instagram. There's an app. So I use Teachable. So you can log in on your computer or you can log in on your cell phone. Could you imagine on the way to work or on the way to dropping the kids off from school, you're like, I'm gonna knock out a module. Listen to the module in the car, go home and implement it. It'll keep track of your progress for you so you can legit work through the material, okay? And I have 100% money back guarantee because that's how much I believe in it. So let's check it out together and take a peek and see what we have here. So this is a little video explaining it. I'll give you the link on this in a second. I have a special price for the rest of today. So if you want to grab it for the $137, crushing it, learn how to effectively recruit through Instagram and set your prospecting on fire. In this course, you will learn exactly what I've done to build a huge part of my business on Instagram, get prospects coming to you, how to leverage the power of Instagram stories so you can confidently engage with your audience. And if you guys didn't know this, when you engage on Instagram stories, people end up in your inbox. That's where you want people. It's the most intimate place. I have a social media launch strategy, so I'll show you how to put your social media plan together so you're effective and intentional and not just randomly posting stuff. And I've used this to personally, it's more than 70 now, I need to update that, but I've personally enrolled over 70 people just this, the last 6 months here. There are millions and millions of people on Instagram. Let's get you in there. Here's some testimonials. Brenna went from 550 to 1,100 followers in 2 weeks. That could be you. So depending on where you're at right now, you could double it, okay? Patty, this is so great. Patty went from 98 to over 1,113. That's new humans she can talk to, you guys. And then Leslie said she had 11 pages of notes, which is awesome. And then we'll talk about attraction marketing, hashtag sales funnels, a strong personal brand, how to organize your leads, all of that's included. And you get 6 bonuses, lifetime access, social media launch strategy. I have a tool to help you plan out your posts ahead of time, a video tutorial on your highlights, a new prospect flow chart, so a visual on your sales funnel, and my hour of power, basically a daily activity tracker, and then a little bit about me. Okay, so that is everything that's included with it. If you want to grab it, here's what I want you to do next. All you have to do is click on the big button. Depending on where you're seeing this, there's a button here. Otherwise, you can just, I'll put this in the chat. It is bit.ly is bit.ly. So if you're listening to this, it's bit.ly, bit.ly/ crushing it on Instagram course. Crushing it on Instagram course. I will pop that in the chat here. Crushing it on Instagram. If I can figure out where the chat is. I cannot figure it out, so I'll let you guys know in 1 second. So I hope to see you inside there, Crushing It on Instagram course. Here, I'll see if I can pop it in here for those that are live. Yay, can't wait. Yeah, I'm super pumped too. All the video apps that I use are in there. Now, what's really neat is, I've got a second here I can show you really quick. my Facebook. I'll show you what it looks like. Hopefully I've got one in here that I can show you. But I use all different kinds of apps actually, and I've gone through all of them. Some are really confusing. Like I don't use Unfold because it was too advanced. If you don't know this about me, I'm not a techie person. Yeah, so it's a little bit hard for me to learn things. So if that's you, then you're definitely going to understand. You're going to be just right where I was. So let me share my screen really quick and I'll show you some of the things on stories. Okay, so here's, let me see if I've got any that I can show you what I've used. I think these are just me talking, hold on. I wanted to show you something a little different here. That's a filter, so I use a filter on an app and I'll show you all of that in the course. Then I save it and then you can use, and this is advanced, this is a bonus tip, Continual will split your, Continual, let's turn the volume off on there. There we go. Continual will split your videos up for you. Facebook, you have to split them up into 15-second increments if you didn't know that. So I use filters and then I save it and then I split it. So look at how dynamic it is. Did you just see that? Watch. So this is a memory from Facebook. Now look at, watch, look at, it's dynamic, right? Crazy, right? And then there's some interaction, some eye-catching stuff going on, not just a screenshot of my Facebook stories, right? So I actually created this on Instagram and brought it over to Facebook. So I'll show you how to do all this. But look, it's fun, right? There's dots. The thing is, there's stuff going on here. People are going to watch that. Definitely people are going to watch that. And that's what you want. And there's a frame I use. This is just use a GIF. That's a frame. And I tagged my business page. How amazing is that? Look, it just comes to life. It's seriously magical. And I want to teach you all of that and more, okay? You don't see the link? Okay, just shoot me a message. You can email me, thegoaldiggergirl@gmail.com, and just say, Kimberly, I need the link. Shoot me an email. I'll get you the link over right away. And then I'll share my screen one more time so you can actually see it on the screen, Chelsea. Hopefully that will help you. Here it is right here. HTTP, ://bit.ly. Bit.ly is bit.ly/crushing it on Instagram. So go check that out. Love to get you into that course. I'm super pumped about it. We've actually had some people going through it and the results that people are getting, one girl got 140 leads from one story because she went through the course and implemented the bells and whistles that I taught in the stories section. So it's all there. You're going to love it. So I can't wait to be in there with you. There are spots to comment on any place in the course. So if you're in there and you're like, ooh, Kimberly, I want to ask you a question about this, put a comment. I get an email and I respond within 24 hours. It's the fastest way to get a hold of me. I love Facebook, but it's sort of a black hole with the amount of messages I get and all that good stuff. So thanks for being on. I really, really appreciate you taking the time. I'm excited to see you get results. Let's ignite the fire in your Instagram. Let's just make it awesome. Let's get you crushing it so you feel confident, inspired, and really having so many leads to follow up with. You really don't know what to do with yourself. I would love to hear all about that. Have a great day. Until next time, go out there and crush your goals and create the life of your dreams.